Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and I know it's been a while. I'm still alive. I got Brother Boy here with me today to talk about something very different. Don't we, Brother Boy?
Very, very unique.
So we were just razzing about on YouTube, and we saw this video about a new game called Raw. Isn't that right, Brother Boy?
Yep.
And it's a Kickstarter for this beautiful looking open world like roleplay game. We just jotted down a load of stuff, and it's definitely something I want to talk about. It looks really interesting, and there's loads of stuff we want to bring up about it. And if they manage to actually like do what's in the trailer, it's got to be an amazing game. Like, easy gonna sweat a lot of hours into this.
Yeah.
And it just looks brilliant, like very lifelike, and it's just gonna be great.
Too good to be true, almost.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
If they can pull it off, this will probably be the biggest game in the world.
It's giving me like some Star Citizen flashbacks, and that's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna do it. To be fair, I mean, in the trailer they already had a lot made. Like, they've already got.
And they've mentioned a lot.
Yeah, and they seem to know where they're going.
They've been developing it for 2.5 years already, and now they're only asking for money now. So.
Wait, really? I didn't even know that. The hell?
There we go.
Learn something new every day. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about the game first. If you haven't already watched the trailer, I'll play bits of it in this video, but I'll leave a link to it down below. You know, you gotta give credit where it's due. First off, it's Kickstarter. You know, there's going to be different terrains. You got rainforests, deserts, sand dunes, like mountains, that sort of place. It starts with an empty area, let's say a desert for example, and one player will be the governor, and it's their job to manage and get all the roads built. I'm not sure if the roads are going to be built by NPCs or players or whatever, but it's their job to manage.
They're built by the mayor, is what they said on their Kickstarter. So the mayor can start building their road networks, but then the mayor can either buy materials from ports, where ships obviously come and drop them off, or they can hire people to mine and get the raw materials, and it's, you know, realistic.
It does sound pretty cool. And then from there you can get all the houses, and obviously like players as citizens will move in, start doing jobs like working in, I don't know, Chuck E. Cheese around the corner or something. And you gotta supply all the raw materials, Brad. That is a key bit right there. It's sort of in the name.
Raw, yes.
Yes.
They did mention that.
They did. Believe it or not, they did, Brad. Wow.
Yes.
In the trailer we saw some examples like shop, police station, gas station, ambulances, and like we saw a lot of police. We saw some bank robbers. What else did we see? Oh, we saw some like normal citizens camping and stuff. So it looks like you can do basically whatever you want within reason. It's funny because just before the camping bit came on, Brad was like, "We can go camping," and then scene of them camping comes up. So, you know, very, very cool.
So I obviously went through the Kickstarter spam, watched the trailer, and pulled a few things from there. But what I found is the devs say that the game is a mix of Armor Life, Rust, and GTA, which is really cool because those are all very, very good games. As Pamela said, you start the city, you start your map with absolutely nothing, and then each server is designed under the hardcore RP style. So what that means is everything's super realistic. So like, say you've got a vehicle, they have parts, you have to maintain your parts. If you rev your vehicle too much, you could damage your engine and you have to replace that, and you have to pay like a mechanic. So it's very, 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 very realistic. But yeah, so as players build the island, it will affect the growth and the economy of the island. So if people aren't really working and the government's slacking, then you'll have a pathetic island that doesn't get anywhere. But if everyone works hard, you could have a very bustling city by the end of it, which is really cool. There's 3 types of buildings, I believe. There's residential, commercial, and industrial. All those taxes are set by the government as well.
So those taxes, are very cool. None of that.
Taxes, yes. One thing that I think you'd like as well, Spaml, is so you can buy homes, right, or build them or whatever. But security for homes is a real thing. You can have security cameras, CCTV, alarm systems, all of that.
Oh yeah, we saw that in the trailer with that guy robbing.
People can rob you. Yeah. So criminals could come into your house and rob you while you're sleeping, which I find
I'm gonna
cool.
steal your monitors, mate, and just run off. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That is
and
sick.
then police can come to your house if your alarm goes off and all of that, which is very fun.
Can you just drop kick the criminal out your house as well?
You could.
In the trailer, we also saw a bit with a guy like training gunplay and whatever, and so it looks like, I'm not sure, they didn't really talk about the skill system on the website either, did they, Brad?
No, they didn't. They just said they wanted more advanced guns and all of that. So
Yeah, but it's like, do you reckon your character's going to get more accurate as you level up or something, or is there going to be like a skill tree? But that's not very realistic. So I feel like
that's right. I feel like there shouldn't be any skill tree. He just gradually improves the more you do something.
Yeah, it's like, let's say you sprint all over the place, your character will get like better running.
Stamina.
Yeah. Brad's got plenty of stamina. We don't talk about that. Everything in the game, no matter what it is, will cost resources to build. Yeah, again, linking back to the raw resource title, you know how it is. The shops will run out of stock. They'll need to be supplied. Players can build factories, let's say, I don't know, packing donuts or something, and then the shop person will get that delivered, and you can trade with other players. And like, let's say Brad had a car dealership, I could make the cars and deliver the cars to him and stuff like that, which, yeah, again, sounds brilliant, especially if you're playing multiplayer. You could have like this giant corporation sort of thing going on, and Brad can have his McDonald's, I don't know.
Yes. Life goals.
From the looks of the trailer, I thought the game was third person at first, apart from then when it cut to the like the gun bit, it went first person as well. So it looks like it's third and first person, which is always good. And I wonder if it's going to have like a cinematic mode or camera, because if this game's like this, it'd be brilliant to make movies and stuff in, wouldn't it, Brad?
Yeah, but even if it didn't have a cinematic mode, like just playing it seems so much better.
Yeah, you can make it work. Yeah.
So obviously you can have all these different businesses, as MrSpaml said, and all of them have different incomes. So as they mentioned on their website, you could start your own business, but then you risk going bankrupt and dying, I guess, if you run out of money. or you could work for people where you have a bit more of a stable income, but you don't earn as much. So there's all different incomes. And you do get taxed depending on your bracket, which is also dependent on how the mayor chooses the tax and his team, because the mayor has a team that works for him. So like there's financial departments and everything, which is really, really cool. But then going back to vehicles, which is another cool thing that I saw, is there will actually be unique keys for vehicles. Like I don't actually think I know a single game that has a specific key for a specific vehicle. So maybe you could lose your keys, or I don't know. You could give your keys to your friend and he could drive your car, so that's really cool. And obviously you have to register them with number plates and all of that. Businesses also have to work on the supply and demand thing, like in real life. So if there's 5 people that own a McDonald's, then you don't really want to open another McDonald's. I know, it's brilliant. But you don't really want to open another McDonald's because there's enough McDonald's for the area. But if people are like dying and stuff from disease, which is another thing, you could open a hospital and hire medics that know how to cure different types of diseases and stuff. Because there will be a full disease and metabolism system in the further future, they said.
I've never heard of a game
so you could
with diseases and
that
stuff.
That was so cool though. And they said like the medics have to be careful when handing out medicine and stuff, because if they get the wrong stuff, I mean, that's obviously not good. It can worsen the player's condition.
What the hell?
And I'm hoping that the game is very, very much based on you have one life kind of thing. MrSpaml and I were discussing it before. Like, if you wanted to rob a bank, for example, a lot of these RP games it's not a big deal to rob a bank. You go in there, you shoot, you die, you just respawn. Who cares? You lose a bit of money maybe, and that's it. But we were saying like, if you had like proper jail time, like hours in jail.
Yeah, there needs to be a big punishment for it. Yeah,
there needs to be punishments for taking risks, because then people act more like real life. If you die, you get kicked out of that server. You can't join that server as your same player. You lose everything. So your life is literally most important, which is really damn cool.
I mean, you've got to eat, obviously. In the trailer, we saw 2 different planes. We saw like a smaller sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, but we saw like a smaller, cheaper plane and this massive sort of Boeing thing. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was a big ass plane. In the trailer, we also saw dynamic weather. Like there was that shot with the clear sky changing to like a very dark sort of weather. All items in the game seem to be physical, such as like stock. You have to physically have the item for. You buy 10 trucks. There'll be 10 physical trucks. You can't like cram them all into some invisible thing. But yeah, honestly, it just looks amazing. Apart from again, it does feel like too good to be true, especially with the release date they said of like, I'm not sure if this is like an early access version or whatever, but they said sometime in December 2019.
It seems too good to be true, but I
Yeah.
mean, they said they've been working on it for 2.5 years now, and I think they have a team of 6 people. What they've got done currently is 400 square kilometers at the moment, but they want to expand. They also want to fix the graphics. They say right now they're using free trees and like shrubbery and stuff. They want to get a 3D designer, but that's what the money on the Kickstarter is going to go towards and stuff, which is really cool.
I mean, to be
but 400
fair,
square kilometers is huge.
Yeah.
I don't actually know how big the other.
that's a lot bigger
Like
than
how big-
GTA. GTA is like 80 or something.
So yeah, I mean, Just Cause 3 is 400 square kilometers. We've just googled that now. So that's a big map, and that's only where they are now. And just imagine a totally flat map, or not flat, with all different terrain and stuff, and you can build on that, like a 400 square kilometer canvas.
I'm really curious how you even control it. Like, do you have an inventory? Do you have a HUD?
They did say they had an inventory. Yes, they've already designed the inventory, and the map and vehicles. The vehicles are going to be a big part in the game, they say as well. I mean, you got 400 square kilometers to get around, so vehicles are a big thing.
Nah, I'll run that. Don't worry about it.
They also spoke about servers. They're going to have official servers hosted by them, and then they're going to have servers that can be hosted like games like Unturned and Minecraft and all these different games where players can host them on their own dedicated machines. The server slots are going to be between 100 to 200 players, which is massive.
That is, yeah, Jesus.
That is huge. But they also mentioned that even if there's not a lot of people on the server, it's still going to be enjoyable to play. So I think that's hinting towards NPCs. So maybe there'll be like NPC officers and NPC jobs, you know.
Some other illegal stuff we saw in that trailer. We've got obviously the bank heist, we had the house robbery.
Something that they wanted to work on in the future is having signal and power, so the mayor can run power lines and get them built and have different signal stations. So you have a tablet in the game right now which has signal across the whole map where you can message players, use the internet, and do all different tablet-y things. But they wanted to have a signal system, so you could be camping somewhere and you don't have signal on your phone, which is really cool. And then the last point that we will have in this video, which is also the last point on their Kickstarter, is modding is going to be supported, but it's quite a bit of work. But they do plan to have modding supported, which is really good, because then that pretty much takes their 6-man team or whatever it is up to the whole player base, and we could do a lot of cool things with that. So that is very epic.
Very, very nice. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I know it's completely different to what we normally do, but we actually thought this was something we want to talk about, and obviously, if they deliver, me and Brad Boy are going to want to be playing that. So, you know, just thought it was something good to talk about. I didn't really see any other videos about it. I think I saw one other video about it, so I thought, you know, we would talk all about it. Obviously, someone like me can't be bothered to read. That's why I watched the trailer, and that's why I got Brad to read.
Me to do the reading.
Exactly. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that button. I'll see you in the next video.